Sayyid from Singapore.
I have a question regarding the recitation of the Kalima Shahada for a dying Muslim. Okay, basically it goes like this. On the 23rd of December 2019, my father was in the hospital on his deathbed, and the doctor called me on 9 a.m., prompting me to come down to the hospital as soon as possible. And after which I was at work, I seek permission from my operations manager, who was covering the duty of the team leader then. And the operations manager released me 2 hours later, which was 11:30 a.m. And after which I finally head down to the hospital. And when I was still making my way to the hospital, I received a phone call from a doctor informing me that my father had passed away. And do take note that my father passed away without anyone being on his side. And instead, he passed away only in front of the doctors, and the doctor is a non-Muslim. And from there, I am not be able to know whether did my father manage to recite the Kalima Shahada right before he passed away. And do take note that my father was a very pious Muslim. He prayed salat every day and gave zakat and you name it.
Okay.
So my question here is that if a Muslim, a pious Muslim who passed away without anyone being on his side and without presuming that nobody managed to whisper the Kalima Shahada on his ears, or he is unable to recite the Kalima Shahadat, will Allah grant him heaven even though he or she did not manage to recite the Kalima Shahada?
Got your question. Got your question, Sayyid. I will answer, inshallah. Sayyid from Singapore, he says in a long story that his father, who was pious, who used to pray and give zakat and was a practicing Muslim, passed away last year maybe, and he was not attended by any of the Muslims he knew, only non-Muslim doctors. So he says, can he go to Jannah without uttering the Shahada? First of all, how would you know that he did not utter the Shahada? You have no evidence. Secondly, why do you think negatively of your father? Akhi, it's a rule of thumb that whoever lives on something dies on it. As long as your father lived as a righteous, practicing Muslim, praying, doing his adhkar, giving zakat, fasting Ramadan, you should not worry at all that he did not say the Shahada, because saying the Shahada is a plus when we hear it. Not hearing it is not a minus. It could have been between him and Allah Azza wa Jal. He could have said it between in front of the non-Muslim doctors and they did not know what they had heard. And even if he did not say it at all, what counts is his work. This extra, whoever concludes his life with La ilaha illallah would enter Jannah. This is a bonus. But so many righteous practicing Muslims and companions died in their sleep. So were they deprived from saying it? Will they not enter the Jannah? No, of course not. So think positive of your father, and more than that, think positive of Allah. Allah is most merciful. Allah is most forgiving. He would never cancel your father's good deeds just because of an incident in your head. It's not in reality either. It's in your head that he didn't say it. How would you know? He could have said it multiple times. And this is something between him and Allah Azza wa Jalla.